What's up, guys? My name is Nufo. I'm a content creator for XSET, and welcome to this week's episode of Nerf or Buff. Let's get started. So basically, the point of the show is I'm going to be given some topics, and I'm going to have to give my opinion on them. And if I think that they're overrated, they're going to be nerfed. And if I think that they are underrated, they're going to be buffed. Red Bull. I'm definitely not a fan of really any sort of energy drink. They kind of taste like puke. I'm definitely gonna nerf them. I feel like so many people are so obsessed with energy drinks, and I remember when I was younger, I took a sip with my friends and I was cracked for hours after that. I was shaking. So now I never drink any energy drinks just because I really don't like the taste and I feel like they're pretty negative for your body. I'm definitely gonna have to nerf it. Tesla cars. OMG. I actually just ordered one. I haven't done my payment information because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my current car, but I love them and I really feel like they're the thing of the future, and I'm super excited to see where they go, and I would love to have one. So I'm definitely gonna buff it because I genuinely love Tesla cars. RuneScape. Oh my goodness. RuneScape is my favorite game. I've played RuneScape for 15 years. Actually, I think 16 now. I love it. It is seriously my favorite game. I can play it for hours and hours and hours. It's one of the only games that I can genuinely get lost in forever. There's times where I'll spend 10 hours playing and I'm just whoa, it's been 10 hours. And I go through phases where I just grind the heck out of RuneScape and get 99 after 99. And now I feel like I'm in a slump right now and haven't really played, but RuneScape is my all-time favorite game, and it has such a special place in my heart because I've played it since I was 8 years old. Sorry, RuneScape. I know you're supposed to be 13, but sorry. So I definitely will buff it. That game is my all-time favorite. World Series of Warzone. Definitely gonna buff because I will be participating in that. I got my team lined up. I'm all ready. I love Warzone. I'm ready to secure a victory. Definitely a buff. Dogecoin. I actually got into Dogecoin really early. Back in February, I got it when it was almost less than a cent. I don't know if I want to nerf or buff it because it has made me cash, but at the same time, it's been kind of stagnant lately and just going all over the place. And I feel like it's just all over the place. So part of me can't really trust it, but then I've also made money from it. So I think I'm gonna buff it for the pure fact that I've actually made cash from it, but it's definitely risky. But I did get in early, so I'm very proud of myself. Mustard on watermelon. Are you kidding me? First of all, I've never tried it. I love mustard. I love watermelon. Yellow mustard specifically, my favorite condiment. Love it. Never tried it. And actually the other day I was eating watermelon and I was like, I should definitely try that. It was actually yesterday, but I didn't end up trying it. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'm gonna nerf it for now until I actually try it. I definitely am the type of person that's can't really knock it, but I'm gonna nerf it for now. We'll revisit this, right? We'll come back. Snow. I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to snow because I entirely hate the cold. I actually cannot take another year of living up north. So I definitely am gonna nerf it, but at the same time, I love when it's all snowy Christmas time and people get off from work and it's all beautiful, and I love playing in the snow, especially at night. There's something so surreal about being outside when it's snowing and it's nighttime. It's definitely a weird vibe. I love it. But yeah, once Christmas is over, I'm all right, get out of here. It doesn't need to be snowing in January, February. I'm over it. So I'm definitely gonna nerf it, aside from when it's around Christmas time. Maybe it's a quiet buff. Qdoba. Okay, so apparently I don't really say it correctly. How do people say it? Qdoba or Qdoba? I always say Qdoba, but my boyfriend says I say it weird. I actually just tried it a couple months ago. I was a huge Moe's fan, but I really swore to Moe's. I was sorry, I'm loyal to Moe's. But my boyfriend was no, you gotta try it. It's top tier. And I was all right, fine. I tried it. It's my favorite now. I haven't had Moe's in months, so I'm definitely gonna buff it. I get it multiple times a week now. It's almost dangerous to my health how much I eat it. Definitely a buff. M4A1 in Warzone. I have been so loyal to this gun since Warzone came out. I've literally never used another gun like as my primary weapon. My M4 class has basically stayed exactly the same since I started playing. And I actually have a lot of people that come into my stream and compliment like my recoil control on the gun, but I'm like, it's just because I've been playing with the same gun since last year, so it's really not that crazy, but it is my favorite gun. I'm so loyal to it. I'm never gonna use something else. I've tried, but nothing hits the same as my M4. I don't know. It's my favorite thing. Definitely gonna buff it. Selfies. Honestly, I feel like when I was younger, I used to take a lot of selfies, and I think if you asked me this question back then, I would totally buff them, but now I feel like I take about 2 or 3 selfies a month, and that is like a lot for me now. It's really a chore for me to put on makeup and get ready and like find a good angle and take a good picture. And now I just really don't care that much about taking pictures. So I think I'm gonna nerf it. I just feel like I've grown out of the phase of like wanting to look good for the internet. And now I'm just like trying to be me and be comfortable. So I think I'm definitely gonna nerf it. The gulag. I have to admit, I'm not too big of a fan of this new gulag. I think honestly, I kind of figured out the meta though. It's for me, basically, the way that I win majority of my gulags. I just like put my gun away, have my fist out and run up into that little part. And then you like jump over and you're on their side and nobody ever sees you coming. And I basically always win my gulags that way. So I'm gonna buff it because I'm out here winning my 1v1s like it's going out of style. Taking risks. Definitely gonna buff this one. I think that it is super important to get out of your comfort zone and do things that you're not really used to doing, whether it's learning a new skill or trying a new way of producing content or meeting new people, getting a new job, moving. I definitely think that there's a lot of things that you're gonna change in your life, and taking risks is a huge part of that. And it's really important because if you're not taking these risks, your life becomes stagnant. There's a lot of people that just like feel unhappy in their lives because they're not really doing anything different. And I feel like even if it's scary to do new things, a lot of the time the outcome is amazing and you're gonna be happy with it. So definitely gonna buff it. I think life is all about taking risks. Beef jerky? Are you kidding me? I love beef jerky, especially the teriyaki one. Wait a second. Wait a dang second. I have some on hand. I'm definitely gonna buff it. I sit here and snack on these little puppies all the time while I'm streaming. The sweet habanero, fire. Teriyaki is definitely my favorite. Definitely. Total buff. Oh, wait. First of all, this is a little tip though. Do not open beef jerky when you're in the car or on a plane because it smells like farts. So don't do it. You're gonna get some bad looks. That's just my little tip there. Totally a buff though. Bone-in wings. Total buff. The flats? Mwah, those are my favorite. My boyfriend is a huge boneless fan, so I've been like struggling out here the last couple months because that's all he orders, and I'm just like, please, can we get some bone-in wings, please? The flats? Oh my goodness. I'm definitely not the type of person though that will like slurp off all the meat. I leave the edges just because I don't like the cartilage and stuff, but definitely a buff, a hard buff. Post Malone? All right, I don't know. This one time I laughed at the fact that he tried to like stage dive and nobody caught him, and I tweeted to him about it and he called me a dick. I don't know if I love his music, but I'm a little offended. I actually am very proud of that, so total buff. Social media. I feel like it could go both ways. Going back to the whole selfies thing, I used to care a lot about my social media and what people thought about me, and it was super unhealthy. I would like embellish and just like make my life seem way more interesting than it actually was because I cared about like what people on social media were saying, and like I said, it was super unhealthy, and I feel like that was just bad overall. And I feel like since I've stopped caring so much about social media, I've definitely been living a healthier life. So for me personally, I would nerf it, but I do see a lot of people who have had their lives changed by social media, including myself. Like obviously, look at this. I'm a Twitch streamer and primarily on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, and that's obviously changed my life. So it definitely goes both ways, because I think that focusing on the wrong things when it comes to social media can be detrimental, but I also think that if you use it in a positive way, like creating content and making new friends and stuff like that, it's awesome. So that's a tough one because there's so many pros and cons, but I'm gonna say buff just because of the way that it's impacted me and created a new life for me, basically. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. It has been an awesome time hosting it. And make sure you guys keep an eye out for next week's episode. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, or whatever platform you're on. Make sure you're doing it. Bye!